you know.
Yeah, I also feel like if you're in a bad work environment, it's draining. Really draining that you don't have the energy.
I worked at Starbucks.
Yeah.
I don't think like if you're not like the natural personality for that kind of thing, that is the most draining job ever.
I wouldn't say the most,
It's
but
like draining to work with.
So I'll just do
Guys.
I like to say it. Hey guys. You're like one of those like tech YouTubers. Hey guys, in today's video.
Welcome to another episode
of the Unix
10,
podcast.
Big 10.
Are we sticking
double
with that
digits.
name? Are we sticking with that name?
Unix podcast?
Yeah.
Okay with whatever, honestly.
For right now, sure.
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. We'll become.
I feel like if a name ever like speaks to all of us.
Said.
I hate
I'm
that.
thinking about
Not
it
the
still,
same.
I
bro.
hate that. I
The
hate.
SED podcast. We're
Sounds
giving
like
shout out to an
sounds like a
actual podcast.
disease or something.
Yeah.
The STD
Oh,
podcast.
bro, you got SED. Oh, hell no.
It'll bring more interest. It'll be like, what is this disease? And then it's actually just.
They misspell STD or something. And
Yeah,
they bring us-
pull up our channel. I feel like that's not a good like brand association, actually.
And then we can like have
It's
like
good. It's good enough. I mean,
yeah, we can
it'll
like
bring attention to us.
for merchandise we can have like
it's like
syringes.
is it the kind of attention you want though?
I mean, any attention is good attention.
Yes.
Is that what? No, it's
Yeah.
what is it called?
Bad publicity is bad.
Any publicity is good publicity.
Yes, because then
It's good
it
to a
gives
certain
you
extent.
attention, and then it brings you more views, and then you make more money.
More money.
Except we get no views.
That's fine.
And no money.
Yeah.
I don't think the views should be the focus of this podcast.
This
It's
is
just-
true. We like to have fun here.
We
guys.
do. We do. We do. We don't care
We're
about
just a group of who wanted to start a podcast.
to talk about stupid stuff.
You know, when we were we went to a friend's birthday party recently,
Yes, we
and
did.
one of our friends there said something about like he overheard that we had started a podcast, and he's like, "Oh yeah, the classic thing that just every group of dudes do if they're left alone for long enough." And I was like, "Holy shit, that is so true."
It's very true. It's very
I
true.
was like, "Yeah, we kind of did just start a podcast because of that."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think if we are consistent with it, we fall back to this topic anyway. But it's consistency, which we have not been doing. But anyway, we can get back on task.
Yeah. I mean, we've got our schedule now because you have your work schedule.
Mhm.
We're not working anymore, so it's like every Tuesday we're gonna record.
I mean, but school's coming up, so
I
Yeah,
don't
we
have-
still have like a month though.
Yeah.
yeah.
And like the only thing is like we just need to set a time where it's like this is when we are going to be here because right now it's like okay Tuesday or Saturdays is our day, so
Mhm.
we've got rid of that. It's like we're gonna do it Tuesday.
hmm
And now it's like instead of just when everybody's free, because you know how that
Yeah.
happens, right? It's like okay, 2
Oh,
p.m.
yes.
We are all there.
I think one is a good time because it gives us time. Let's
I mean, normally it would be a good time unless I just wake up at 1.
we
it's
did
'cause-
wake up at 1.
I think
Yeah,
it's because I
woke
left
up
the
the
blinds
latest.
open. Like, I was like, hey, I'm gonna leave the blinds open tonight, and then it'll wake me up in the morning, right? But then I have the thing that covers my eyes. and I
You
would
use a
wake up-
sleeping mask.
Yeah, I would wake up periodically, and that would fuck up my sleep, and I would still be tired, and so I just kept. I was like, dang.
Well,
it's
did you
still bright
use
out.
the melatonin?
Yeah, I did, but it doesn't last like. It just helps you sleep at first, but then after that, it doesn't like.
You sure?
Yeah.
Isn't it like drowsy pills and those? It's like the same thing as like Advil PM. That shit makes you fall asleep, and then the next morning it's harder to get up.
That doesn't happen for me.
I
It
try
doesn't
to
happen for me normally. It just
don't
helps
know
you
then.
fall asleep at first. Like even when I do take melatonin, it like I don't know, it feels like it's just fast, and then after that nothing happens. Like I would take it sometimes, and then you would feel it. You definitely feel like, oh dang, I'm tired. But then mentally I'm like, I'm not really that tired, and then after like 30 minutes it's like, dang, this thing is weak. You know.
You know what's probably not weak is anesthesia.
What?
Epic segue, guys. Basically, I have to get all 4 of my wisdom teeth removed.
Oh, wonderful,
Is it
wonderful.
necessary to?
I feel like yeah,
for,
yeah.
For me, it is
Yeah.
because the way that they look like they're gonna grow in is it's gonna
An angle,
like they
right?
don't have the room for it because
Yeah.
of my back molars.
Like the problem with wisdom, they grow at like an angle, right? So they grow into your molars,
well,
right?
My granddad, all 4 of his grew fine. Like
Mm.
there was no complications, but for me,
My
no such luck.
my mouth is pretty crowded already. Like I have big teeth, so and my wisdom teeth are growing in, so I'm probably gonna have to get them removed eventually.
Did you get whatever they call it, CT scan?
I did. Yeah, I did. I don't.
Did they say anything about like the nerves or like the state of development of them? Because what my dentist told me was that like right now is like the perfect time to pull them because they aren't big enough where they could cause like or have a high chance to cause damage to my nerves. Because there's a chance when you get them removed that like you will permanently lose feeling in your lip here.
Oh, that would suck.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, when I was younger,
Sorry, it's like worst case scenario. Like
Okay,
this is like,
okay.
but the longer you let them go, it's my point. It's like the longer you let them go, the more it increases.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I don't need my lips. I don't.
I don't think I need,
Well, it's like it kind of sucks because like, what if you're eating food, you get something stuck here, you
It's
can't
like-
feel
it's
it. You actually have to be one of those anime characters.
Hey man, you
like,
got something on your.
got something there.
I mean, there's a chance.
Well, but I feel like in
Okay,
most
what's the
most
percentage
scenarios.
chance? Have you
I-
seen,
you
like-
probably don't
didn't
know
give
that.
me a
Yeah, he probably
percent
doesn't
chance.
know
He
that.
just said that like he just told me like right now is a great time to do it for you because you have a low chance of it happening. And it's the same thing with up here, the ones up. If you do them up and like something bad happens or if they're too far developed, you'll create a hole to your sinuses. And that's bad, and it'll get like infected.
Hopefully,
You have to go and do a
I
separate
don't
thing
think-
to
I don't know.
fix it.
Speaking of teeth, have you guys seen those pictures of kids with child teeth or adult teeth still in?
Yeah, with the CT scans where they're it's haunting.
Yeah, look at
Human
that.
beings are like low-key kind of
Yeah.
nasty, bro.
That's
I mean, you don't
Ah.
see it, so like it's.
Yeah, true.
I'm looking at it right now, and it's but yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a disturbing thing.
I feel like, you know, true. What is the saying? Truth is stranger than fiction, or is that the saying?
What?
Truth is stranger than fiction, or something like that.
Yeah.
You've heard that saying, right? And I feel like that's
a similar.
yeah, it's so true because you look at a bunch of messed up stuff that we as humans do, and you're like, ha.
Really, if you get close enough to anything about us, like it's kind of upsetting.
Mm-hmm.
We are aliens.
Especially like our insides. Yeah.
We are farmers.
Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
We're not sponsored, guys. Not sponsored.
Wait, are we gonna get taken down because it's copyright music or?
Oh. I hope not.
But anyway, speaking of anesthesia and drugs, let's make our segue into addiction because
Oh yeah.
an addiction. I wanted to talk about gambling. I guess is a
Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel like gambling is like a good umbrella for all of it.
Yeah.
But like realistically, we're gonna hone in on what we both have too much experience with, which is like
gotcha games.
gotcha games, right? It's sort of like
Pokemon cards. Yeah,
that's basically just another form of gotcha.
hmm Well, what is your first experience with a gotcha game or
I think
gambling
probably
world?
my first one was just some shitty mobile game. I think it's still on the App Store. It's called Clash of Lords 2.
I hate that game so
It
much.
was such a bad game, like retrospectively looking at it. But there was something so fun about like rolling for characters, upgrading your characters,
Yeah.
and then going and shitting on kids.
I think
like that was
yeah.
so fun because like there was this one character that you could level up, and once you got them to like their max skill level, they would just one shot everything. Like because it's like it's hard to
Was
explain.
it the storm guy?
No, it's
Huh?
the goalie guy,
The goalie? I don't
the
remember
guy
that.
who kicked the soccer ball.
Oh, the goalie guy. Yeah, he was good.
The
Yeah.
goalie guy.
It was like a panda that would kick us.
And he was called Pangoli.
Yeah, his ability was that he would kick the soccer ball.
Yeah, and
It
he
would,
would,
like,
and
bounce or
the
something.
higher you got it, the more times it would bounce and the more damage it would deal.
Yeah.
And so if you maxed him out, you had the best equipment, whatever, he would one-shot a full team.
That sounds stupid.
Yeah, it's
It
like-
was stupid.
it's
It
mega
was
pay to win,
it was
and good.
incredibly imbalanced for people that spent money on the game. And I remember getting shitted on by someone and being like,
I could beat that.
I could, like, I'm gonna come back in a couple days. I'm gonna beat this guy's ass, and then I proceeded to like just. I feel like one of the worst things for my bank account was when I got a debit card because I forgot what age you get it at 14, 16?
14, I think. 14. Is
So
mine.
a 14-year-old with access to all of his money.
It's not
And
good.
like I had been saving up PFDs because in Alaska you get PFDs, and
All
like
of it went towards it?
no, not even close, but like 100 plus.
Oh, okay.
And like into that game specifically, and it's just like looking back on it, I wouldn't even touch the game like ever again because it was that bad.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of with mobile games. There's a lot, not mobile just mobile, but a lot of gacha games or gambling games, there's a lot of fear of FOMO, especially if there's like a character collection kind of thing going on.
It's all like it's like a crafted fear, right? Because it's like they very like intentionally make it so that it's like
a limited unit or whatever.
Yeah, and they create problems that money or a lot of time could solve. And so it's like, obviously, in your head, you're like, well, I want this thing and I want it now. So
Money.
I don't want to.
And one of the worst things is like limited time polls.
Yeah,
which is very classic in gacha.
Yeah,
It's like they'll introduce banners or whatever.
Extra luck or something.
Yeah, increased
like
rates.
For a limited time, you get an increased chance on this one character that everybody wants.
It's like 0.2% better than usual.
Yeah, right. It's like, but it's like you put fancy graphics on it with fun colors and big anime titties, and it's like, boom, you got people logging in their credit cards and dumping money into it.
Yeah, I don't want to think about how much money I spent on gacha games. Can you check?
Me neither.
Can you check?
You can on Google Play and on
App Store.
You can check total. Yeah.
I never had that problem. I don't know.
Good for you. Good for you.
Honestly, good. Yeah, good for you, bro.
I'm gonna stay away from gambling because I just know that I'm gonna have a problem if
I feel like regular gambling I wouldn't have a problem because it's like I would only do it for fun. Like I know in my head I'm never going to make money off of this. This is like a social go to your friends with Las Vegas or something like that.
Yeah.
Like you go there expecting to lose money. You aren't going there like I'm gonna become a millionaire.
I feel like how much money would you have to like lose for it to be fun though? Like,
well, no, it's not about like losing money. It's about like sitting down with your friends at a blackjack table and just playing a couple hands, drinking some alcohol. Let's go.
I think also the reason why people spend so much money on something where they have a small chance of winning is just because of that small chance. So that they
gives you that excitement.
Yeah, like I am one of a few people.
It's no fun if it's a 50-50.
Yeah.
The 50-50. Yeah. But if you hit the 0.2%, it's like you're fucking your juice, the dopamine levels through the roof.
Exactly. Like I used to get so excited if I pulled like a character, like my main games. Oh my gosh, it's like a One Piece game and a Dragon Ball game, and if I pulled like that one character that everyone's hype about, like. I think I get the same dopamine effect from like Dark Souls games, just because it's I don't know something similar.
Like finally beating that boss you've been stuck on for 10 hours.
Yeah.
Have you guys done CS:GO gambling?
No, I have not.
A little bit.
I have not.
I spent like $70 on cases and then got nothing, and then I was like, hey, let's never do this again. I feel like that's the kind of one where it's like if you want anything good, you're gonna have to sink in like at least 1,000.
Yeah.
And it's just like I neither have the money nor the will to do something like that.
Yeah.
I think most of the sites got shut down.
Oh, you're talking about like gambling websites. I was talking about like cases.
CS:GO gambling, like with skins.
No, I've never done that.
Oh.
I open cases. Like,
have you done that?
Yeah.
How does that work?
Free skins.
How does it work? Can you give people skins?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like on the Steam market.
I see.
It's like you trade with a bot or something, and then it goes to the website, and then you could gamble the skins, and then you could get.
And then you withdraw with whatever.
Yeah.
So basically, NFTs have existed for a long time.
There's something with FaZe Clan that they owned one of those gambling websites, and then they made like millions off of kids, and then they're just like.
Bye.
Yeah,
Isn't FaZe Clan the same one that got like pissed at all of its creators because of the Save the Kids token?
Yeah, they scammed kids with cryptocurrency, and they still do it.
Oh.
It's like they hype up the cryptocurrency on like Twitter or something. They're like, "This is gonna blow up. This is the next big thing." And then
to the moon.
And then they actually like partnered with the owners, the creators. Then they had like a billion coins or whatever, and then they sell it directly after.
Yeah.
They make that.
Totally
and then they
crash
make
it.
Millions off of people.
Mm-hmm.
Their own fans too, which is like the fucked up part of my mind.
The scammers.
That's what turns me off so much to crypto is like unless you're buying like the big 3 coins, just fuck off. There's no
like what Ethereum, Bitcoin, and what's the third one?
What's that Link one or no?
I don't know.
Tether.
Tether. I don't know.
I know very little about it.
Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dogecoin. That's all I know.
Yeah, Dogecoin always because of the meme, but yeah, is crypto? It's connected to NFTs, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like the same thing.
NFTs.
Yeah, a lot of people buy NFTs with cryptos or like trade it. I guess
Yeah.
is
On the
more
blockchain.
appropriate.
And I also feel like it's more secure to make purchases with Bitcoin, right? Because they can't really trace it back to you, is
You
what I
can.
heard. Oh, you can? Okay, never
Yeah,
mind then.
because from your
Crypto wallet.
Your wallet.
transaction.
Oh, okay, but it's not.
and that's all open source, right? Like anyone can look
Anyone
at
can see
any
it.
transaction.
Yeah.
Oh,
So if anything, it's less secure if you care about what people
no.
see about what you buy.
Right,
yeah.
right.
They can see your unhealthy gotcha game
Yeah.
addiction.
Yeah. But, let's see.
Back to addictions. What do you guys think about nicotine?
What the? That's.
I think it's like one of those
Nicotine
things that
addictions.
it's like it's cool, but like when you think in your head like it's cool, it's like it's so obviously not cool. But it's like in the social environment, it's very easy to get swept up by it, you know. Especially with how easy it becomes with vaping and juuling and
Yeah.
all that stuff. So it's like I can understand why so many people fall into it. But at the same time, it's like the health risks and all that are just so bad
I
that
don't
it's
see how
like
people find it like enjoyable.
I don't.
Like,
Well, for me, if I ever considered like smoking a cigarette or anything like that, I thought it just looked cool. You know,
yeah,
like,
right. And like I mean, hitting a vape, like there is sort of like a kind of cool feeling to it. You know, you have
Like-
a little
all
like
that.
the vape, and, then and it's like it's very easy to do. Right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you just have the thing. If it's just sitting there, you just. And then it's like
Yeah,
it's kind of
yeah.
a cool feeling to like blow out the smoke, but you can just get a vape that doesn't have nicotine in
My
it.
brother and I thought it was cool, like vaping when we were younger, like doing the tricks and stuff. But
Yeah.
we didn't vape, but like we had like a humidifier.
Oh yeah,
And then we would do tricks with the
that's
humidifier.
good.
And then we would just do like the O-rings. It's like
Yeah. Yeah.
true no nicotine.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my brother had a vape at one point, and then he only ever got like the non-nicotine ones,
Mhm.
and then yeah, I don't know, it was just kind of a crap one.
I
It
feel like-
needed a lot of maintenance, and he just stopped.
I feel like vapes have their target audience has kind of shifted. You know, they used to be like,
I
oh,
think 2 years ago it was definitely towards like teenagers.
yeah,
2
especially
years
with
ago, I feel like
Yeah.
that's still the thing.
yeah,
It
even
was
now,
more towards it, but now it's less because the FDA was like,
yeah. I feel like when they first started,
Finally,
they were
yes,
like,
man.
this is for people who want to get off of cigarettes or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they started like coming out with these flavors like bubblegum and blueberry
and then in the advertisements and the commercials, they would put like young like people that look like teenagers.
yeah. Have you guys seen College Humor? Do you guys know College Humor?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
I
think.
don't think I haven't seen them in a while. Though.
Yeah, they.
Me
I think
either.
they stopped making videos on YouTube. But one of their series was the CEO of whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there was like the CEO of Jewel, and
Oh my gosh, did you know that like they recently had like an encounter with the FDA where they were asked to like provide, information on like the chemicals in their jewels,
Mhm.
and then they lied about what was in it in their report, got found out about it, and then when asked to send a real report, simply just refused to. And so the FDA is like, they no longer will permit the sale of jewels, like the Juul company, like JUUL. No longer a thing.
yeah, I feel like there's not a.
At least
Are there
legally.
any studies like long-term effects on Jewel, or is it just too new?
It's not well known
Yeah,
enough. I feel
true.
like there's people that are researching it, but it's like there's not enough
There's not
evidence.
enough long-term effects. I
Mhm.
don't think.
Mhm. How?
But I
did
mean,
some
it's
research onto
still
it.
it's a more concentrated nicotine, so it
Yeah.
is worse for you.
Yeah. How
Actually, no. Compared to cigarettes, Juuls.
No,
like,
no, it is.
Like
it is.
Jewel's worse than
Cigarettes?
cigarettes?
Yeah,
Cigarettes
because
are better than-
per like cartridge, it has a denser and like worse nicotine for you.
Vapes are better like than compared to cigarettes because it doesn't have all the other chemicals like cigarettes has like tar in it.
Oh, right,
yeah,
that's
but,
true.
like,
That's
the,
true.
The
Stuff.
nicotine is worse.
But-
Yeah.
But still, vaping has like higher levels of nicotine, which make it more addicting than
Mm,
cigarettes.
mhm.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah, bro. Have you
it's
seen
also
those,
really more like accessible. I don't know. When I was back in like high school,
Everyone had it. Everyone had it.
Literally
Yeah.
everyone had like a vape.
There
Like,
was always the one guy in class who just like his addiction was so bad he had to hit in the middle
it's
of
like
a
in the back of the
class.
class.
Yeah. I mean, they also get like we used to sell smoothies at the cafeteria. So what they would do is kind of they take a hit and then like breathe down the straw into the smoothie cup to try to hide it.
Oh
seen
my
that.
gosh, I have not seen that one either.
Yeah, for me, I would see people like just exhaling it into their clothes and they just hide it. And I'm just like,
I think the fact that it was, you know, considered not a good thing made it cooler for those kids, those type of kids. You know, if you're like, oh, I'm doing.
I don't think they cared.
Are you sure?
I don't think they.
I feel like they
Yeah,
got
I feel like it was more like a
just a pure addiction thing to the
I think
vape.
it's just an addiction. Thing.
yeah, and more like you know how like when you say peer pressure, like
Yeah,
That's
it's like
true, yeah.
everyone's doing it and you try, and then they'll be like,
well,
oh,
but
this
like
is the
in
good
real
thing.
life, like peer pressure is like so much more compelling than you would think in your head. Because it's like
Yeah.
if you saw a bunch of idiots doing something stupid, you're not going to do it. But if that, you know, something was something that like they were like low key pushing onto you, you know, then it becomes.
I don't think I've experienced
thing
that
to
much peer
resist.
pressure. I know I've had friends at my high school
Well,
who
it's like there's direct where it's like they're like trying to get you to do something, and then the
Yeah.
more realistic one where it's like you just see a bunch of people doing it and like to sort of want to fit in, you just naturally are drawn to it.
I didn't really care, but
Okay,
that's just
well-
me.
It was like with me and TikTok. I was like, what is this app? Okay, dude, I didn't have it. It was I think it was sophomore year. I still didn't have TikTok. All these people are like, hey, have you guys seen the app? That's really cool.
Yeah.
And then they start doing the.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
Dude, and then when your friends are like, "Bro, did you see the TikTok I sent you?" It's like, "Nah, dude." And they're like, "Bro, you don't have TikTok?" And then it's like, "Oh
I was
my
like, what the fuck
gosh."
is this app? Let me check it out. And I was like, damn, this is pretty boring. But then after a while, I was like,
yeah,
and
yeah,
then you
yeah,
get
yeah.
invested.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it.
and then after a
Yeah.
while, I
That-
was like, this is useless.
That's
And then I
scrolling action. That's scrolling action. A lot of companies, whether it be YouTube or Instagram, have adapted that from TikTok. I think.
Yeah.
And just that scrolling is so mind numbing. It's video after video because at least
I
with
think it affects you
YouTube,
more.
yeah,
Yeah, I had to uninstall it.
Yeah.
Literally.
with YouTube, at least you can have the action of taking your mouse and clicking another video, and you can choose what video you want to watch next.
I think there's some studies have shown that TikTok has like made our attention spans lower.
I definitely
I feel
has.
like that's a
It
lot
definitely
of
has. Yeah.
Social media. Is
Especially TikTok. Though. I feel like especially
Because of
TikTok.
how
Yeah.
fast, I forgot what it was called. It's like short term, like,
Memory loss
no, it's like,
from Dory Finding Nemo.
it's like dopamine. It's like really short. It's like,
Short burst
I
of
forgot what it's
dopamine.
called. It's like taking the short route rather than the long route to like seek true enjoyment
Mm.
and true happiness than the short term, which is like
Gratification, instant gratification,
that.
instant gratification. Yeah, yeah.
And it's just
I
like
see.
it has ruined our generation.
It's also addiction. I
Everyone's
feel like.
impatient too.
Yeah.
Because of how fast you're trying to find the dopamine.
Well,
So-
I feel like that's just like everything though, because it's like everything is at the tips of your fingers. So you want things done and you want it done like
But I feel like with TikTok, it's made it like more,
Apparent.
yeah,
Yeah,
like
that's fair.
more at your fingertips.
Yeah. You don't have to do anything. You just swipe, like, swipe, comment, and whatever.
That's why I feel like I'm just so much happier. 'Cause
Without TikTok,
I just don't have it.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like I don't go on Instagram. I don't really use Snapchat. It's just
I
like,
hate Snapchat. I cannot deal with Snapchat.
I feel like if you spend so much time on those things, because you're doing your streaks,
I hate
or you're
streaks.
talking
I
to
hate
people, or you're always looking at other people's lives, like it sort of ruins your mental health.
For
Especially
me,
because like people put on airs. It's like what they share on Instagram isn't always reality. I
I
feel
feel like
like
most of the time it's not reality.
yeah,
Yeah.
no,
It's
it's
not
far
reality.
from it
Yeah.
most
Yeah.
of the time too. And so it's like if you're only looking at like sunshine and rainbows on the other side, it's like you're like looking back at yourself and you're like, well, fuck, I'm living piss life, man.
For me, it's gone to the point where it's like I don't really even care about what people post
Yeah.
anymore. I just go, hey, this guy's cool. Let me look at their stuff instead of like there's stories on Instagram. Now. I would just go look at the people that I actually care about. The other stuff, I don't.
yeah,
give a shit
the
about
only,
because
yeah.
most of the time it's just garbage. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like to me, it's garbage, but I don't know. It's just it's not as entertaining, I guess, as real life.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
also
Like,
kind of says something about like how we instead of living in the moment, it's always about like gotta catch this
Yes,
for the
you-
gram.
I talked to you about, video games and Instagram and social media or
Yeah.
whatever, and you had mentioned that those things give less enjoyment over time, and now you enjoy like
Yeah.
doing stuff with friends, like whether it be going out to
The thing
eat.
is, like when we do go out to eat, like some of our friends, they would just like pull out their phones and stuff and like take videos.
It's low key like a pet peeve.
Yeah,
To me now, it's like why are you doing that?
yeah,
Yeah,
It's kind of annoying towards
it's
me.
kind of a pet peeve. Yeah,
Yeah.
I feel that too.
Like-
Especially dude, when they, hey guys, guys, today we have, look at this, look at our food. Guys, don't eat. Like,
That was not even a pet peeve. That's just fucking annoying.
Yeah, but like you said, I do enjoy outdoors more.
Yeah.
And like even with video games, they're not as fun, especially if I don't, I'm not on Discord or whatever talking to other people, and just sitting there playing games. It's like mind numbing now.
Like
so.
back, I think when I was in elementary school, solo player games would be like the thing for me.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I could play them all day, but now I don't think I can do this.
Yeah, yeah.
Like Roblox, Phantom Forces, dude, I used to be on that every day for hours, but now it's
Grinding,
just
yeah.
now it's like, dang, I'm killing these kids in game.
In-game.
I'm wrecking these kids up, and it's like, dang, that's not even fun anymore. Also, some of them are really good. Some of them are way too good.
Like the kids?
Yeah, the kids.
Oh, in the
These-
game.
they're
Okay.
like
Kids are getting
level
cracked at
300s, and it's
Roblox,
like-
yeah.
Yeah.
I still understand how you play that game. I could not get into Roblox.
That's how I got into first-person shooters. Like,
okay, that's fair
The
enough.
FPS journey. You started in fucking Counterblocks, Roblox Offensive.
yes. And then you go to the real thing.
Yeah. But I don't know. I just like hiking. Enjoying nature more. I know that's kind of cliche or whatever, but it really is nice just going outside.
I wanted to do that more this summer, but then I ended up not doing it.
Yeah.
We still have a month,
Yeah.
but it's because I don't want to blame my brother, but I had
Work.
to drive him around.
Yeah, work. Yeah, his work.
Imagine like being the younger sibling, but then
Yeah.
still having to drive the older sibling.
Yeah. And it was like me taking care of him, like even last summer, but
Yeah.
Wow.
but next summer I get an internship and I can't do it again. So
Yeah.
They actually maybe having a job would have like made it so they're like, oh, sorry, dude, I got work, man.
Yeah.
You're on your own.
But the thing is with him, he actually has to like pay for his college because it's like super
Oh yeah,
expensive.
yeah.
This is the thing with like going to
Out of state.
out of state,
Out of state.
especially to a place like ASU.
Yeah.
Arizona
I don't
State
get how
University.
like, some of these people are going out of state and they're paying like $200,000 tuition, and then they
I mean, they're
don't care at all. So,
yeah, just like in their mind, they're just like, yep, just take out the loan, do it.
Is it as bad as California? It's probably not as bad as California though, right?
Uh,
ASU,
what,
like tuition wise or whatever.
tuition-wise?
Yeah.
I think it's just as bad.
Oh.
It's just as bad.
Ouch.
Like comparatively, like MIT, if you go there and you get a master's, I think total is like 500,000. Actually, no, if you become a doctor, it's like $500,000. So like,
But they have like way better.
but that's like top of the line. ASU is just a party school, and then you have to pay so much.
yeah.
I mean, it's well renowned, but it's not. I don't think it's as.
I'm thinking of just going
Good.
like abroad, maybe to Europe or something for school.
I don't know what it's like in other countries.
It's not as bad price wise, but I'm pretty sure it's like hard to get in anyway. So
Yeah, like going out of, like I think there's a thing you can go to like Hong Kong. You gotta go to Hong Kong.
Where in Europe or Asia would you guys go to school?
maybe England,
Oxford.
Oxford,
Oxford
yeah, Oxford
University.
University, or
Engineers.
yeah,
And
but
then they speak English, so
they do speak English. Yeah, that's the plus because
that is
my
good,
mom
yeah.
like told me, why don't you consider going to Korea for classes? And I was like, I don't have the
Wait, did you say like when Korean people like talk to you or you try to talk to them in Korean, they'll talk in English? to
Yeah,
you?
yeah. And yeah, and so if I go to Korea, one, I look Asian enough, I guess. Some people think I'm not Korean, so but I'm Asian, so if I speak in English, they're gonna look at me weird. Because like, this guy's not a foreigner, so why is he speaking English and Korean
Yeah,
or whatever?
right.
But I think they have English programs now, so but I don't know. Korea is way too hot for me to live.
The most difficult thing I think about going to Asia for college is how difficult it is compared to the U.S.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
That's why all the students get like
They come to America.
Yeah, 'cause
from
it's easier.
yeah.
like it is so hard to even get in, and then all the like it's like they study all day, actually all day.
I really don't like that part of like Asian culture because it's like it's
Yeah.
focused on studying without thinking about the kids' mental health, their physical health, or whatever. And like
Yeah.
even in like the work environment, there's such a how in America people say no one cares what your undergrad is, right? Or even what your where you took your master's, as long as you had that degree or whatever. But in places like China, Korea, it does
very
matter.
different. Yeah, it matters a
because
lot.
I think I brought it up
It's
before.
like top of the line universities versus like.
Yeah, they won't even like look at your resume. As soon as they see that you're not at like the top university, they just throw out your resume. So
and then the work culture there too. It's like you work. And
yeah, doesn't that like Japan and Korea have like the highest suicide rates?
Yeah.
So
Which is funny because I read an article that said that like technically speaking, most U.S. people work more than Japanese people, which is like funny.
Really?
Yeah, I read an article about this, and it's like because they like actually have a slightly better work/fun balance play
in America.
And like and
I think it's more like efficiency. I think.
Well, it's also because like in U.S. like you're thinking like an engineering firm, but like in reality, I'm thinking like like a chicken packing factory where it's like they literally are almost slaves.
That's
like,
true.
They're not
that's
allowed
true.
to leave their position. They have to piss on the floor or something.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff
like,
Bezos is.
I think-
Jeff Bezos.
I think it's because maybe in Japan they're working, right, just for the sake of working, right? But here in the U.S. there's such an underprivileged class of workers that they're working for survival. I guess in that sense, right? Because
that's what it's like in China too.
That's true.
Like,
that's
the
true.
wages are so low that
That's
they
true.
have to work those hours to get paid.
I feel like suicide rates are probably higher with office workers,
I
right?
feel like it'd be boring.
Yeah, like you said, it'd be boring. You're working
But-
these crunch hours and it's so boring.
Well, that's what we think about like in a typical office, like the box, the cubicle.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
some offices now it's like more open and you interact with others and you collaborate more. But the thing is, office jobs, you make bank too. Like
That's true.
Think about it. If you get in 100K, but then you have to sit there, I'll do it. I mean, I sit and play video games anyway. So like
Well, I mean,
think
it's like
win-win.
at one point you're making enough money to live off and to enjoy life enough that it's like, why not just take a little bit less money, but for a job you enjoy more? Because you're still going to spend your 6 hours every day working, so you might as well do something that you at least enjoy a little
I mean,
more.
with my mindset, it's like make enough money and then use that money to do something else.
Yeah.
You don't even have to work
Yeah.
anymore. You don't even have to work after that.
For me, I think I would rather work at a job that I might not like that much to enjoy my life in other areas.
Yeah.
There's also that mentality where you should enjoy your job, but that's very, very few people can enjoy that privilege because there are necessary jobs that not many people are going to like, but still need to be
I
done.
feel like you can find a middle ground where it's like you don't have to hate your job and you make enough money to live very comfortably.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I talked with my cousin who works at Stanford. He's the computer admin there. He was like, "This job is boring. It's not supposed to be fun."
Mm-hmm.
Like,
But he gets paid well.
yeah, he
Yeah.
gets paid well. He gets paid well, but it's not a job that like you just have to do it. I feel like that's like I don't know if that's the difference between like the Asian mindset or not.
Yeah, maybe.
That is kind of funny that like you two are
Yeah.
the same and then there's me.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just like because like my dad, right? He basically since high school he took an architecture class, and since then like that was his goal. Like he liked it enough. He went to college for it. Got all of his certificates, passed the PE, et cetera, and then that's what he did. And it's like there are times where it's like, yeah, he enjoys what he does, but then there's also times where it's like at certain jobs, especially that he used to work at, like the amount of work you would have to put in for something that ultimately doesn't really affect you in any way.
Yeah.
Like it will make you miserable to the point where even if you have money to go and like
Enjoy other
do
stuff.
something else,
Yeah.
sometimes you literally don't have the time
Yeah,
because
that's
you're
true.
working so much at a job that you just don't really care for.
Mhm.
And that's kind of what I wanted to avoid,
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
So it's like I feel like there's the balance where it's like you're doing something that maybe you don't love it, right? You don't have to. It doesn't have to be like your favorite thing ever, but you should enjoy it enough that it's like if you did it every
tolerable.
day. Yeah, exactly. Like it's tolerable-ish,
Yeah,
And
I
then-
also feel like if you're in a bad work environment, it's draining.
Oh, yeah.
Really draining that you don't have the energy.
I worked at Starbucks.
Yeah.
So I don't think like if you're not like the natural personality for that kind of thing, that is the most draining job ever.
I wouldn't say
I
the
think
most,
it's
but
like draining to work with any
socially,
sure,
socially,
yeah,
it's
yeah,
very
customer.
draining.
Any job that you have to interact with customers in person,
Especially if it's like a job that like so much emphasizes like you need to create a home for the
yeah.
You need to
customer.
be
Or
nice.
service. I think there's a difference between servicing someone, right, and then doing something for a person. Because the difference between my retail job and the current job that I have as a medical assistant is that with retail, you have to service them. You have to provide a service for them. In medicine, you are caring for them, right? So it's kind of out of necessity instead of, oh, I just need to do something for them. It's like the relationship between the two parties is equal, I guess, instead of, oh, I need to serve this one person and they
Yeah.
You are a servant.
yeah. So
Yeah.
I hate people who, think that service workers or retail or food like are below them just
Yeah.
because it is kind of like a low paying
It's kind
job.
of like the fucked up thing about society, right? Is like
Society.
it's like it's like the image of the mom or dad walking around with their kid and then points at like a litter picker going, see that if you don't study hard, that's what you'll become. And it's like that trash man or whatever is probably making more than her. And like in her mind, it's like this is lower than me.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah.
with janitors.
And even if
Janitors
it wasn't-
make good bank. Like, yeah.
And even if they weren't, it's like it's a necessary job that like why do you like
Look down
instead
on
of
it. Yeah,
shitting
yeah.
on them, like have a little bit of appreciation.
That they're doing something to
weren't
serve.
here.
Yeah.
Think about how disgusting our places would
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. I think even plumbers make pretty good money too. Like
plumbers, especially
It's
like
the
if they're
jobs that
private,
people don't want.
they make a lot
yeah,
of money.
yeah. And I think that it feels good, to have a job that is necessary and that people.
It's good to feel needed.
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like, it's
exactly.
Like one of those natural things that you just kind of want.
There's so many like middlemen
Social
jobs
sciences.
where they work, but it's not really society would not crumble if they stopped working, kind of thing. And it's like I think a lot of people have that.
Get her.
Yeah. So they have like, what does my job really matter? Do I really matter in this like cog of society? And I think that's a lot of people have.
Well, because like when I took the business foundations class, like part of the things about like employees is like they feel a natural drive to take on more responsibility, and also part of that is like to feel like they have more impact. That's something that naturally people want.
Yeah, there's different theories on motivation and what drives employees.
The C type or whatever that
I
is
don't
just
remember
like
the book.
if you own the only thing that drives people is money.
Yeah, there's one. It's like
They are not humans. They are robots
they
that want
only
money.
work for money, and you have to tell them what to do no matter what. And they will if you don't give them money and you don't tell them what to do, they'll slack off. And then it's like there's one that they're self-driven, and then I think there's one in the middle ground where it's like I don't know.
A little bit of both, where it's like
I don't
you can
remember the
give
names.
incentives that
Yeah.
are monetary and not necessarily just like.
And then there's the
Other things.
triangle of needs that lead to motivation. Or
Yeah,
something.
I forgot what it's called, but it's like the 5 things, right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you guys are talking about, but it sounds nice.
It's like it's like kind of important, like even from someone who probably won't own a business.
It's
but
like housing, food, those things. And
Oh,
as it gets to the
yeah.
top, it's
It
like
becomes like
most important to
psychological.
Yeah.
needs.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and that's what motivates people to work.
Love. I could use some love right now.
Imagine at work they go up to you. Hey,
Wait, maybe
wanna
that's our
hug?
50 episode special. Is it like a blind date?
No.
Blind
I
date
don't think
episode.
anyone would agree to that. But
No, think about
know, bro. You
it.
never
Think about
know.
it. It's like those like Insider or whatever videos where it's like they put a screen between two
Oh,
people
yeah.
and they talk. It's like we did a podcast where it's the 3 of us and then 3 blind dates on the other.
blind dates.
Yeah.
Actual blind people.
No, man, like blind date where you don't know, you don't see them. Oh my gosh.
why would you think of blind?
blind dates.
Those are what blind dates are. You don't like someone sets you up with someone and you.
I usually think of it as a blind date, not blind dates.
Oh, blind-
So I was like,
Yeah, I
they're
don't know.
Well, 'cause
blind.
it's plural because it would be for all 3 of us, and it would be. 50,
I would be
50
so
episodes.
awkward. That would be so awkward for me. I would not know what to
okay,
do.
here's just like an actual
The
idea.
assignments, they do that.
Like the Tinder in real life or whatever, right? Yeah.
They also do the blind dates where they have one person. They have like a wall, and then they have there's like signs, consists of numbers, and they say, "Hey, can this person answer this question?" And then-
okay.
yeah,
We're not big enough to do something like that. I think that would take a lot of coordination and like just
They also have like very high like production value. Too.
yeah, and a lot of staff members too. So
I think they said that they have. Like,
once we have 100 staff members, we can do that.
they
Yeah.
have over 100 people working for them, and they have different companies now. Like,
Yeah, they're bougie now.
They're really big. They're like actually a company, but that we are in a basement. Still,
We're building.
We're building,
We're in
yeah.
the building phase.
after
Okay.
like 11 weeks, we have made.
Progress.
I think, yeah, we actually have
Progress,
quality
yeah.
wise,
Yeah, yeah.
but viewer wise, I don't know. About
I don't
It'll
think we
catch
need to to
maybe.
focus on the views. If we try to focus on views, I feel like our mental health will go.
I feel like you do need to focus on the views,
That's to some extent, sure, yeah.
because that's what Mr. Beast did, right? He did everything for views. Literally, like
Yeah.
remember when you would count?
Count.
Like he would say like Logan Paul's name 1,000,000 times or something. Remember that?
Oh.
That's what made him blow up. And then
We
after
should say Logan Paul's name a billion times just
and
for
then
that
after
extra
that,
like.
Oh my gosh.
He that's when he started making actual things, like actual videos with the money he made from Logan Paul.
That's true. A lot of his content does revolve around money. So
And then you see how like he acts to make it more exciting and stuff in his videos.
So guys, we're gonna talk about
guys,
what's
what
up?
do they
Nah,
do? Today-
hello.
Okay,
What's
well,
up,
Sub,
but
subscribe,
let's
like.
be real. He's not a happy guy. He plays League of Legends.
Yeah,
You guys see the tournament that they did?
yeah. Didn't he play against Ninja or something?
Yeah, there
didn't
was.
see the whole
It was Ninja, Mr. Beast, Tyler won,
Tyler
Double
won,
Lift.
bro, ain't no way.
One of those Minecraft guys. What's his name?
Dream.
No, he's part of the Dream
Tommy Innit?
squad. No, the other one, not Tubbo. The Sappy, Sap.
I don't know.
guy?
I don't know. I don't watch Minecraft
I
videos
don't know
anymore.
enough
The
about
last
it to
time I
know
watched a
either.
Minecraft video was probably Dan TDM. And
Oh wow, that's old school.
I used to watch this guy
Retro.
named like Mr. Woofles or something. He would do like
Oh, Wolfles.
yeah, he used to do like
He did like economy
Factions.
servers. Yeah,
He-
faction and economy.
but then after a while
servers.
his YouTube channel died, and I was like, it's kind of boring too. So.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, like
I
if you look
stopped-
at these channels, they
I
have like
stopped watching too.
They have like 4 million, 5 million subscribers.
And they get like 10,000 views per
I
video.
know,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
How can
Yeah,
you
they
threw the bag.
They
You
fell
fell the bag.
off. Well, because didn't Woofles like move away from Minecraft content?
I don't know. I think he's still like if you look at his thing, it's all Minecraft. I don't know if he made another channel or not.
Okay.
I think if you stick to one game, it's kind of volatile.
Yeah.
I mean, Minecraft's thankfully, I don't know about thankfully, but it's been big enough where you could have a Minecraft channel and you can make it last somewhat. But
Well, I mean, there was the huge it was a golden era. It fell off hard,
And it came
then
back.
It came back.
really cool. Probably better than the golden era.
Yeah.
I guess because PewDiePie brought it back. I think that had to
Did
do.
he?
It helped.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was like what,
It was
pandemic?
part of a movement though. for
A lot of things popped up during the pandemic, whether it be
I think
Among Us, Minecraft,
after a while,
Pokemon.
I think it gets boring.
Pokemon got really big during the pandemic,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
with the
case openings, Logan
Paul. Yeah.
I feel like every streamer at one point bought like a big vintage box and spent like
30,000,
20,
20,000.
Gambling.
Back to
yeah.
gambling, full circle,
And
man.
brought gambling.
I
And
f-
then
yeah, I don't know how to feel about like people. Like I like watching Moist Critical, like, and
I
you
feel
know,
like he does it so boring though, and it's like
True,
you don't
yeah.
really see the cards.
yeah,
I
his
feel
product
like, I
is
feel like it's
yeah,
the most scuffed one. But I like Moist Critical enough.
Yeah,
that
yeah,
I
yeah,
can
yeah.
still watch it, but it's like he does it the worst if you're focusing just on the card openings.
yeah.
he's like,
Yeah, he doesn't even show the opening. He just he does it and then shows it to the camera, and his
Yeah,
camera's
and it's
so
the camera
scuffed.
that's way
Yeah.
back there. So he's like, "Okay, guys, we got a little bit of a starlight rare." He's like full extending across the fucking world
Yeah,
to show
yeah.
you the card, and then it's in the 420p camera, so it's like you can't even fucking tell what card.
But I
it
guess
is.
that's part of the charm. You know, he uses like the wired earbuds and also the scuffed camera too. But
everything scuffed about him.
yeah, hey, maybe that's our charm too. A scuffed podcast.
The scuffed
I mean,
The
podcast.
scuffed podcast.
it's on brand. It's on brand for
The
sure.
scuffed podcast. What do you think about that name?
I fucking hate it. Speaking about bad association, bad publicity.
Scuffed. I mean,
Yeah, I don't enjoy it.
There used to be a gaming company called Scuff Gaming, I think.
Are they still around?
I don't know. They
Yeah,
used to do Modern Warfare stuff.
A gaming company that did Modern Warfare? Like
I think it was.
were there a content creator?
I think it was a team.
Oh,
Scuff Gaming.
I don't know enough about esports or whatever to get in.
Yeah.
Do you watch esports?
I watch a little bit.
Like Overwatch or
Overwatch League.
you watch League? I thought you renounced League. What's up with that?
No, Overwatch League.
Oh, Overwatch League.
OWL. OWL, yeah.
My bad.
It's okay. I don't know. I feel
I
like
think
their
it's gone.
production quality is there, but it's like
boring
overall,
now.
it's kind of boring.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The gameplay is not as exciting as it was.
I would literally just go rather play the game.
Yeah, I can't.
And,
Overwatch is
there's-
way
there's
too.
no, like-
there's too
there's
many
no-
lights for me. I can't focus on
there's
anything.
no like superstars in the league right now. It's
Yeah,
like there
like-
are good players, but none of them have the personality.
There's no
to make
ninja
you wanna go
or
watch it.
yeah. There's no ninja or like Tyler one or whatever.
Yeah, like at least when Super was there, it's like he had the stream, he had the funny ego personality, but he never played. He was always benched.
yeah. For Warzone, that's the COD game, right? Warzone.
Yeah.
Warzone.
Yeah, that's probably Doctor Disrespect. I would say does a lot of
I
COD.
don't know. I don't watch
I thought he
it.
still did
Yeah.
PUBG.
Is he?
Anything. I don't know.
I can.
I don't watch
Have you
that.
played PUBG at all before?
A little bit, yeah.
I don't like it.
Fucking hate it.
I don't like
Yeah,
battle
too.
royales in general.
The only one that I like is probably Apex, but even then, the arena mode is probably better
Think
than
about
the.
this. You spend 14 minutes, 15 minutes walking around. Hey, this is a box.
Gathering loot.
This is a
yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
box.
Yeah,
This
so that's
dude
why-
hiding in a bush shits on you.
Yeah, that's probably why I think
Drop
the.
again,
That's probably why the arena mode is probably better than the battle royale.
and then you go back and then you loot for another 15 minutes.
Mhm.
And then you die. And then
Speaking of things dying, you guys remember Halo Infinite?
Halo Infinite. Is it?
Yeah, for like the brief week that
Yeah.
I played it. It was fun for that week.
It
I'll
was,
admit it,
yeah, but I feel like the progression was just so
I think
bad.
the game's boring.
Really?
Yeah,
Like the
there's no
gameplay?
progression.
I
Yeah,
kinda
that's- yeah,
liked
yeah.
it. Like I like the game modes and like the gunplay is
Mhm.
fun, but
I
yeah,
don't
the
like the
progression.
I feel like the
yeah.
fact that you couldn't choose a specific mode probably killed it too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you would get stuck in whatever the fuck that.
The ball one where
yeah,
you had
the
to, I
shitty
hated that so
ball
much.
one. Oh my god,
I don't like the gunplay in it too. It's like
some of them.
It feels really like
too
not
big, too.
impactful, right?
it's
It feels like
you're aiming at the motherfucker, right? But your bullets aren't hitting.
yeah,
That's what I
yeah.
don't like
The
about
spray's
some games.
off, and also it feels kind of like a toy. The gun feels like a toy, like a
you
Nerf
don't
gun.
hit- like if you hit them, it does no damage, and it's like, why? What the fuck is this gun? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I mean, some of the maps are just kind of stupid. Like
It's like
that
a
big
total-
open one with the cars and the.
Yeah, that one's dog. I don't know. If
Yeah, someone would just get the one that doesn't fucking blow up. and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
shoot it
yeah,
those
yeah.
times, And they would just fucking run you over in your spawn.
Yeah.
You can fucking do anything.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. But it was fun for the 1 week that we played it.
Yeah,
But we
yeah.
quickly moved on.
I don't think there's many big games that have come out recently.
There's
we still gotta
the
wait
Trash
another-
Fire that's 2042, right? Battlefield 2042.
Oh, yeah.
Like we've milked these games so much, like these creators.
We need a new big series.
There needs to be, like, something
live in gaming
different.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Because like Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty, Call of Duty. Like
Battlefield,
after some
Battlefield,
point,
Battlefield,
yeah, after
Halo,
some
Halo,
point
Halo,
it gets
Halo,
boring.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
it's the same game
Yeah.
but
The same
reskinned.
shit,
It's like
yeah.
a new DLC.
And then there's Destiny, which.
Yeah, do you want to go sink 5,000
No,
hours
no,
into
thanks.
Destiny?
And then you get like a
Me.
mediocre gun.
Yeah, yeah. I tried playing Destiny with the loot. I hate looter shooters, honestly.
I feel like they can be done right.
I used to play Tom Clancy's
Rainbow Six Siege.
It's like an open world one. I forgot. It's like a looter shooter.
Oh, I know. What you're talking
Yeah,
about.
I know what you're talking about too. Recon, Ghost Point.
I don't remember what it's called.
Yeah,
Those
I used to
are
play
the
that. It
newer
was pretty
ones.
fun. Like you get like different guns. Oh, this one's better than this one.
Mm-hmm.
And then you,
I prefer swords over guns. That's just me though.
Well, don't worry. You only have to wait another like 3-4 years for the next Skyrim.
I'm not
Yeah.
playing Skyrim.
What?
Yeah, I
Have
don't
you seen the
enjoy.
graphics? It looked incredible, like in the thing.
It's not the
Well,
it's not the
that's
graphics.
not
For me,
like-
it's
that's not
the.
gameplay, though. That's
I don't like gameplay of Skyrim.
I mean, they use
Honestly,
What?
it's just it's like it's so stiff and like it's the
Well, yeah,
first person view is I
Do you know
don't
how
like
old
that.
game is?
I know, but
Yeah,
I
you
didn't
can-
like
you
the
can
first
mod it
person
to make
view.
it better.
That's
I got
true.
a couple mods that enhance combat and actually makes it fun.
For sword play, I prefer third person view, like
You
Elden
can do
Ring.
third person in Skyrim.
You can?
Yeah.
Can you? Most people do first person,
Yeah, you
right?
can do third person.
Zoom out.
Yeah, you
Well,
just literally just zoom out.
yeah.
Yeah. I just don't like the combat. The combat
Yeah, you literally just
just like hit people.
Or the charge attack.
or the
There's half your stamina.
You walk into them.
Yeah, so I don't know. I prefer things like Monster Hunter World or Elden Ring. Those seemed more enjoyable to me.
Yeah, I feel like in the new Skyrim they would fix that because that was old game. Old
I think-
game.
How-
How?
they
When did
spent
it come
too much
out?
time-
When did Skyrim come out? Like 10, 20 years
It
ago?
was a long, long time ago.
Yeah.
I think
Probably
they were
early 2010s.
they were probably hyping up too Elder Scrolls Online too much. I think
Probably.
And,
I
like,
did
putting
see a lot of
it
trailers
into
about
They
that.
also
Oh,
did
yeah.
Fallout 76.
Which disaster.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then
Apparently,
I-
it's way better now, but it's still. Just
I don't-
not the quality.
I don't.
Also,
think-
it's. I don't think it's what people wanted.
Yeah.
Who
And there's
wanted
also that
a
new
big
game coming
MMO
out.
Fallout. Like, I just wanted Fallout 5, but better than 4.
Yeah.
single
Was 4
player.
4 is pretty okay, right?
I like New Vegas more.
Okay. Well, everyone likes New Vegas more, so that's not really.
Fair enough. It's not exactly a controversial
Yeah.
opinion.
And there's also that new one coming out too, right? What's it called? What's the one in space that they're releasing?
Oh, fucking. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know. It's by Bethesda.
Yeah.
But I have no clue what it's called again.
People say it's not gonna be.
Halo Space.
No.
It's like,
Uh,
it looks like No Man's Sky.
yeah,
It
I
literally looks like they saw No Man's Sky and that it
Copy paste.
failed and then got better and then they were like, hey, what if we just made it but it was good since the start? But then like I don't know,
I
it
don't
doesn't
think it-
look very good.
A
It
lot
does
of games
not.
nowadays are just releasing to make money.
yeah.
There's
Even
no
though if it's
passion, damn it.
Yeah, even
Elden
like-
Ring
like
from
Battlefield.
From Software.
Like they would
From
release
software, the last bastion of hope in the
It, they would
gaming.
Honestly,
release the
yeah.
Game, even though it's absolute shit, and then they would go, "Oh, sorry, my bad, guy."
Yeah, so
I'll
I
fix
think
it. I'll fix
at
it
least
up."
for PC, at least I think indie games is what's gonna be.
Yeah, we
the
need
better.
some like big indie or a
Fall
indie
Guys.
company to come from nowhere
Fall Guys.
and not make a because a Fall Guys is like a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, that studio is probably never gonna make anything that anybody plays to that extent ever again.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
But it's like we need an indie studio that starts indie, makes a spree of good games,
Battle
and then
remaster.
they make some big series that like just blows up.
Mhm.
And then
Like, it could be Hollow Knight. You know, Hollow Knight was indie, right? And
I
they're
feel like that's too niche of a thing. I'm
That's
thinking
true.
Of something bigger,
that's true.
When
When are they releasing Silk Song?
I like those games, but it's like
Well,
it's too niche.
Yeah, not a lot of people play platformer games outside of like what Mario, right? Mario's the big one for platformers.
That's old news though.
Geodash. Is that a-
Geodash? You mean
Geometry Dash.
Yeah, yeah. Do people call it Geodash? Is that a thing?
No, I don't think so.
That's what I thought.
Okay.
He was thinking GeoGuessr probably.
Oh,
He was
yeah,
like,
yeah.
Geo.
No, 'cause-
Why did that pop
Because
off? That's so.
I don't know.
flat, like 2D game. I was like Geodash.
Okay.
Geo
Fair enough.
dude.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're back to gaming news again. Why are we talking about gaming?
Because that is our
We're
passion.
That's
we're
true, that's true.
gamers. That's how like all of our conversations ends up.
Yeah.
'Cause it's just like that's what we do.
David,
Speaking-
are you gonna do esports?
No, I'm not doing
Future.
esports. No,
Future.
I
What about-
I feel like
no.
it'd be a fun experience because like playing competitive is fun, right? But it's
I hate
really-
competitive. I hate
No,
competitive.
it's fun because like
You have. I
the
think it's,
competitive nature of it, but it sucks because you're playing with randoms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So imagine
a team.
you remove the bad part of it, and you're playing with a team of people that you like and get along with, and it's like it's all about like improving the journey,
Yeah.
etc. It's
Mhm.
like
I think it'll be a good opportunity too. Like if you wanted to grow your streaming, because
Streaming.
like your stream.
Should we do streams, guys? Should we do like 3-person streams?
I
And
was thinking about getting back into content creation because it's like it's a good alternative to
the podcast, or just like
to like
Doing other stuff.
yeah.
It gives you
like an incentive to do gaming, right? Outside of just personal
Yeah,
enjoyment.
sort of.
Yeah. I feel like
If you're
Put
on
those skills to good use.
and get rid of my unchecked Steam library and actually play what's in my Steam library. Actually, yeah, that'd be fun. Like to do like a YouTube series, and it's just going through my Steam library.
Someone did that. I think it was AlphaRad, and it's called like Steam cleaning or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's because
just goes through.
when you're on a team, like it'll like bring your name up, and people will actually have an incentive to watch your stream. 'Cause it's like,
but,
wow, this guy's on the team.
Our team, if it ever happens, which we don't even know at this point. I don't
Recently,
know.
I've been looking at like Valorant gameplay, like the Sentinel streamers, and like I would only know them because they play on the team. Like if they wouldn't they weren't on the team, I wouldn't look at them at all.
Speaking,
But like they're not interesting enough. Like if they weren't good at the game, nobody would watch them.
yeah,
'Cause, like, most of them just don't have the personality.
You need personality. I could be personality.
Most
I
of
have,
the
I have
pros are good
charisma.
at the game,
Like
but
if
he's,
Shroud wasn't good at the game, would you watch Shroud?
he's
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 kinda
not
like
the
whatever.
best. He's definitely not the best in the game.
Who's
Yeah,
Shroud?
but he's
But because of his past and all of his like
yeah, and
hyper on his
he's
name,
been big enough that
Yeah.
it just doesn't matter.
yeah.
But you sit there for 6 hours watching Shroud say nothing and clicking on people.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well, okay.
I think it's more exciting watching him like compete because he hasn't been in the scene for a while.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
he also.
is he back? I thought he was retired.
Yeah, he's playing he's playing in a tournament.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
For who?
Sentinels.
Oh, I thought they had like tens and all those other
Yeah,
good guys.
it's.
Tens.
I only know 3 people.
Yeah.
Is that the Asian guy with
Tens
glasses?
is like the hype name around
Of Valorant, yeah.
He has a mouse,
And he has like,
god tier aim and stuff.
Yeah.
He's like really good.
what other game did he play before Valorant?
Counter Strike.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
I just watched It's Timmy on Apex.
Actually,
Yeah, true.
I don't think Tens is like the best. He's not the best still, but he's like the big name.
He's like the poster girl sort
Yeah.
of.
Post. Okay. Speaking of gaming,
good term.
yeah.
That's a good
Speaking of
term.
gaming, was there ever? I know, like for older gamers, there was a point where gaming was considered like a nerdy thing to do. Have you ever experienced that, where people kind of bashed on you for
It
doing
depends on
gaming?
what game you play. If
Really?
you play something popular
Like COD?
like Call of Duty or
Yeah.
Valorant or kind of League,
Or you play like Madden.
like then you have no problems.
Yeah.
But it's like if you do something a little bit more nerdy, like oh yeah, I play Skyrim.
I
Or
play League of
I play-
Legends. I play League of
Yeah,
Legends.
low key League of Legends
Yeah.
too, but it's like that's more mainstream. But it's
I
like
play
if you get
chess.
into the more like nerdy things, then it's sort of like less appealing. You know, 'cause
Mhm,
it's
mhm.
like the mainstream thing; those are cool.
Not mainstream. Ah,
Less cool.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like South
But I
Park.
feel like overall gaming is much more mainstream and popular to the point where it's like you won't be an outcast if you play games.
Mm.
I think like maybe 5 years ago, it was like looked down upon because I don't know
Kind
for
of.
me because you play video game, no study.
Okay, well I feel like this is a difference in like culture and family backgrounds, you know.
No, you don't play. You school, you know.
My parents
Even
don't.
teachers would
Yeah.
have like a negative view on video games.
I think me and my brother are the only person in my family who like playing games. Like my parents and sisters just don't see the appeal of it. So though,
they're not.
yeah.
They're not gamers.
That's my dad and
Yeah.
mom too. So
But I don't think I've ever been bullied for gaming.
No,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, which I think I can appreciate.
I don't think I've ever been like actually
Bullied, yeah, yeah. Our school was too small to actually, you
And
know.
the teachers would bully them.
Yeah. So-
Yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's less likely now for people to get bullied.
I feel like
It's
It's
like
not-
social bullying, right? Like
It's
or
not
online
portrayed
bullying.
as like like at the TV and
yeah,
Yeah,
it's no
or-
longer you're getting
It's
a
like you get
swirly in
beat
a
up.
toilet
Yeah.
or getting thrown in a locker. It's like they're gonna say something mean about you on Instagram.
Yeah,
or some
yeah.
shit. It's like it's a very different world.
Just talk behind your back. Or
Or I
whatever.
feel like the most
You
common
are
one is like exclusion. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
very purposely not inviting someone to something. Or,
It's big in Korea where they like will suddenly
Where?
stop hanging out with one person just for the sake of doing that.
Okay, guys, this isn't racist, but like low key in a lot of like Asian cultures, like I hate how just not forward they are with people. Like they like you know, like instead of being like, hey, I don't like how you do this, they will just stop hanging out with you or they'll stop
Yeah,
talking to you
yeah,
or they
yeah.
won't say anything to you and they'll just let it become a big problem.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Asian people hate confrontation. Okay, let me rephrase. Korean people, because I can't speak for all Asians.
right. Let's calm it down. Let's calm it down, guys.
That's too broad.
We can only
Yeah.
speak for
Too
two. We
broad.
can only speak for two.
Yeah,
here,
but I
guys.
think they're very good at microaggression or very passive aggression. I mean, you should hear the things that Korean people say about black people behind their back in Korean. Like it's
Asian
not good.
Countries I feel like are the most racist.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Like-
like in terms of like mindset, not really in terms of actions, because I still
Yeah.
feel like America's still pretty number one on that. But when it comes to like mindset about other people's and like
they're like in America. I heard this like online. Like in America, you could say that whatever person, whatever race, you're American, right?
Yeah.
But in Korea or like in Japan, you're never gonna be.
If you're
Korean.
not, if you don't look it, you're not. Yeah, you're not gonna be considered.
And especially because it's like in Japan, it's like 97% ethnically Japanese people.
And
so
they're
it's
also
like
really old.
Yeah, that too. Like their population is growing older, so.
Yeah, so it's like you go there as a foreigner or as anybody that is not Japanese, and you stick out like a sore thumb, even if like. I don't know, like, you know, if I went there from America, where it's like, in America, it's like, it's pretty normal to be white, right?
Yeah.
You go there, it's like, you are the minority, you are the, like, weirdo that everybody's looking at on the train.
If you go to China as a black person, like, people will want to take pictures of you, because it's like,
and that scene in, like, Karate Kid where they, can I touch your hair?
Yeah, they would literally do that. I feel like, because it's that, like... There's not that many black people there.
You know the video of like the black guy who's wearing the Iron Man mask?
Yeah.
And he's like were they Chinese, Korean?
I think they were Korean. Yeah, they're probably Korean.
And then like
they tried scaring them.
He like booed
like,
nothing.
Oh.
They were like, oh, okay. He takes off the mask. Yeah. And they see that he's black, and they go, whoa! It's like, wait a minute.
It's probably the first time they saw a black guy. Honestly speaking, but yeah, I don't. There's a lot of things that are associated with Korean people that I just don't want to be a part of. Yeah. Hamsayeong. Yeah. But I think there's no perfect country, right?
Yeah,
we complain a lot about America, but I feel like I'm in a pretty good position.
Is greener on the other
side.
A lot of Americans go, yeah, European good, but then it's like I feel like it's just as bad.
I feel like they have
certain
some
aspects.
things, yeah.
In certain aspects is better, in certain aspects it's worse.
It's kind of also bad because like our number one export as Americans is stupidity. Like we are just spreading the cancer.
That's very true. Yeah. Like, have you seen those truckers in Canada?
Yeah. It's like that is our export. We did that. God, I'm proud to be an American.
Yeah. And they support Trump for some reason, even though they live in Canada.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Why?
It's
why?
Like no, you like, and people were like escaping to Canada to get away from this guy, and they're over in Canada like, hell yeah, Trump, really? Like what? What is going on, man?
He actually came here. Do you know that? Trump?
Yeah, I did. I think I saw his escort. Like his escort to Alaska. He went to.
He had the Trump rally here at the Alaska Airlines Center.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I did not know about that.
I knew about it because I looked at Snap Map and I went on the Alaska Airlines Center. It was like this big red, like people post online. Yeah. You can see it on the map.
I knew about it.
It was just, hey guys.
I saw it on Reddit. I joined the Anchorage subreddit and they brought it up and they're like, we should probably just like order tickets and not go so that it's empty. But I don't think.
Yeah, there was a lot of people there. I think it's because
we are a red state. We are a red state. Yeah. So. But
even though like in most of the cities we're more blue than anything.
I think it's because.
But it's just the more like the rural population.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're just built different.
Yeah.
Alaska.
If you were to move out of Alaska, is there, or even out of country, is there some place that you would like to live in?
I'd like try to live in Seattle. For in-state, and then because that's like similar enough to Alaska.
Right.
Some like ways that I think I would like it there. I would not be in like the big city area though. I'd be more in like a smaller town.
I want to try to live in a big city.
I just don't like. For me personally, I would most likely want to live in a smaller city, but close enough to a bigger city where
you could get the most.
Yeah, because best of both worlds. What did you say?
The best of both worlds. I'm dyslexic, guys. I'm dyslexic.
Living in a city is just different. I think it's really different compared to like here.
Yeah.
In Hong Kong, you just walk downstairs, you go to McDonald's. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Here, I have to get in my car, drive. Like, I mean,
everything is
close to one.
It does feel closer. Like everything, there's like something is gonna be near to you wherever you live.
Too.
Yeah.
Like unless you don't like people, sometimes I don't. But it's like people bring in money. Okay, so think about that.
That's true. But I also feel like with that, there's competition, whether it be for jobs or so.
That's what makes the higher wages, though. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't like crowdedness.
Yeah.
I really like my personal space. Like, my brother was telling me a story because they went to Greece where, personal space is a little bit less known.
Yeah.
Or it's like a little bit less of a thing. And, people will just, in crowded places, they'll just brush up next to you, like, really whatever, touch you, whatever, right? It's not a big deal to them, but it's like, to me, that would be like a fucking nightmare. I'd be like, the fuck are these people?
Yeah.
I'd be brawling everybody,
In
bro. I'd
Hong
be
Kong,
fighting.
it's even worse than that. Like there's the subways, and it's absolutely packed to the brim sometimes, and you're
Yeah,
like shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah,
with the
you
homies,
have
and you're like,
no choice but to be like just right up next. to
Yeah, and
people.
especially like Japan, there's like the female only cars. Yeah. So because
it's so
That's
sad
weird.
that
Yeah.
has to be a
yeah,
thing.
and
No,
even
it's
it's
like
just
if they didn't have it,
people
like
would
the
be.
train groping is like
Yeah.
a legitimate problem.
it's so severe that they even do it to other men too. So
Lord.
If people down bad, bro. Like,
yeah, I mean,
Well,
have
I
you
was
seen?
gonna say my out of country place would be. I just avoid the overcrowded subway.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
Japan has a
options too,
terrible
too.
work environment too. So there's
there
that.
are progressive companies there though.
That's
that, like,
true.
especially ones that welcome foreigners. Like they're very progressive and like.
There's places out of the main city, like Tokyo, out of like the big cities that are.
Yeah, rural Japan. I
Would
think
be
I
better.
would. I don't think I would live in Hokkaido, but I think I would live around there because
Mhm.
that's
Imagine
like
being a blacksmith.
climately
Blacksmith?
where I would want
Imagine
to be.
being a blacksmith though, like
A craftsman.
I think
yeah.
a craftsman of any kind that like works with the material and you know
In
it super
Japan,
well and
like-
you're an expert.
I'll be
That would be pretty
super
cool.
weeb and be a katana bladesmith. Or
Yeah.
whatever.
Imagine you go outside your shop, right, and you see like the wilderness. It is like,
Sprawling
Yeah,
Japanese
the
mountains.
rice
Oh,
fields,
right,
the rice
yeah.
fields, Mount Fuji in the distance. Fiji?
And then it's
Fuji?
like
It's Fuji, yeah.
And
Fiji's
then
the
you could
country.
like hop on a bullet train and
and then
head
you
to,
go to the big cities in like
you
less than
could
an
go
hour.
to Akihabara, fucking.
I really want to go to
Tokyo.
Akihabara.
Here,
Yeah.
guess
all
what?
that
You
shit.
gotta drive 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours to get to Seward, and guess what? It's not
Well,
even big.
but Seward's less than here, so it's like we kind of already are in the big city of Alaska.
Okay, imagine you lived in Seward and you have to drive here.
That's true. Yeah.
I
Or
would
like,
live in Seward though.
Exactly.
yeah.
Like
If you're
I-
a fisherman, I know
yeah, I
a
guess.
person they fish there, and then commercially.
Yeah.
Those fish are ginormous, bro. I want to
Yeah.
go fishing again.
I would like to go fishing. I want to try again doing is that sports fishing? Where they use,
Fly fishing?
not fly fishing, but, using a rod or whatever instead of doing dip knitting. Yeah. That seems fun.
Spear fishing?
Not spear no, just a rod. Just a rod. Like a fishing rod.
Just
What are those
Yeah.
guns? Or no, the guns. Fucking the fish that like are so invasive and such a problem that like.
Lion.
Trout?
Lionfish.
No, I think it's
Trout.
the pikes here. in
Oh,
Alaska.
yeah, pikes, yeah.
Pikes, yeah. That like it's just fair game. Anything you
Mhm.
could just gratata them. You could do whatever the hell
Yeah.
you want to them. Just get them out.
I think there's lionfish here.
Lionfish, really?
Aren't those
Yeah.
like more tropical?
Oh, yeah. Aren't they more tropical? I don't think we
Warmer
I
have.
don't know, I
waters.
might be tripping.
I don't think we have
Yeah, I
lionfish.
think-
We have rockfish. If that's like,
Rockfish are. I think rockfish are good.
yeah, they're
I
not,
don't know. I don't know.
but they're poisonous, right? Are they not?
They're not.
I thought if you stepped on them, you.
It's because they have spikes.
I
Doesn't
swear,
that still mean that they
really
produce
poisonous.
poison?
I
Which means they have a poison gland, which means if you eat it, it's bad for you. Sure.
Poison, rock, fish.
I think it's they don't like them because you can step on the spikes, right?
Stonefish. Stonefish are the.
Stonefish are different.
Wait, are rockfish poisonous?
Rockfish?
Rockfish are venomous, yeah. Yeah.
Don't know.
I mean, I guess.
But the stonefish is where it's most venomous, yeah.
Yeah, because with
Google
rockfish they
knows.
have
Cool,
they
yeah.
have little spikes at the top of their fins, and then you could like
Cut it off.
you
Yeah.
can accidentally stab yourself. With
Yeah.
it. But usually when you go fishing, you cut the gills and they die. So
Have you seen those videos where Japanese and Korean people, they cut up the fish and it's still moving?
yeah,
They're still gasping for air.
yeah. I saw
No.
one.
It's so
I saw one where
uh-huh.
there was like a fish on a plate or like an eel or something.
Yeah.
And they put a chopstick in its mouth and it opened.
Yeah,
And then it
yeah.
bit on the chopstick.
Yeah,
And it was supposed to be you're supposed to eat that.
yeah, so like they leave like the central nervous system intact and they just cut like fillet it. So the fish is technically still alive and they're just eating its like
And it like moves.
Yeah, I think
and
I'll
stuff.
stick with like my ramen, and the noodles, and the
yeah, I mean it is
Korean barbecue. Sheesh.
yeah. Well, I need to get prepped for my birthday for the Korean barbecue, so my boys can come over.
Oh,
And
yeah.
it's like in 60 days. It's the 30th
30th?
of September. Yeah,
That's far away.
it is pretty far away. So, if you guys want to give me some money so I can buy another computer, that'd be great. But yeah, I don't know. I think Alaska is a pretty nice place to live if you're not really concerned about, social life, really. But even then, if you have a close group of friends.
One of my friends said that the social life here isn't that bad. Like,
because it's smaller communities.
Like once you turn 21, you could go to the bars.
Right. Yeah.
Downtown. That's where most like downtown is where a lot of people go. But because we live here, it's like dang, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we don't go to downtown that much.
Yeah, that's true.
A lot of people are, and we're just not there. Like,
yeah.
I don't like rural places like here. Like you have to drive so far just to like meet up with people. I mean, it's not so far, but you have to drive.
I don't think we're a rural area.
Yeah,
I don't think so.
Or if you compare it to like a place like Amsterdam, you know, everything is close together. You could bike.
Amsterdam.
You could bike like 5.
Well, that's different. Though.
I think we're a moderately sized city.
That's like
it's a
that's not like difference in like density. That's like they just have better infrastructure.
It's a lot harder for people like kids to interact with other kids when everything is so far away from each other.
Yeah, that's true.
Like I wouldn't be able to go to David's house at all.
Guys, think about this. What if in Alaska or just the U.S. in general, we had better public transportation,
I know, right?
better roads, and more bike-friendly places?
We probably can't do subways because of earthquakes. Earthquakes, but maybe train.
It's because
Japan has more earthquakes than us, and they.
That's true. That is true. That is true.
It's like
yeah.
You just have to make it earthquake-proof.
It's because North America, like the people, are really car dependent.
They are. They love their cars. We build our cities around cars. Yeah.
And it's not towards like people like walking.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think like I don't know. It's like that mentality that I just have where it's like I would rather just delete it all, rebuild it. You know.
Yeah.
like obviously
Control Alt.
It's not applicable here, but it's just like it would be just so much nicer to get rid of everything that we have and just redo it all.
Yeah.
People in America aren't willing to invest in their infrastructure, even though they say,
Yeah.
"Hey, let me do this." You know.
Yeah, you know the Biden's infrastructure plan that was supposed to be only like $2 trillion, which is like way lower than it needs to be, and then they had to cut that in half because it couldn't pass.
Yeah. Also, most of the time, because of private contractors, it costs way more than compared to the estimate.
We need China's construction.
That's different because it's the government.
Yeah. And also, I feel like they overwork them too. So.
And you say anything bad about it.
They have
social credits.
The thing is that they're crazy fast with it. Like they would fix a road, build a bridge, and
like when COVID first started, like the speed that they built those hospitals too, right? Yeah.
They would build hospitals like it's Legos.
Like,
yeah. They're just assembling like a 10,000 piece Lego set or something.
But I don't think it's possible to do that here because of how.
Yeah, I feel like Asian countries, there's this sense of.
Back into the work culture, I think.
Yeah, community, like very connected. Where in like America,
sometimes it's a little bit forced.
Yeah.
In a place like Japan, it is sort of impressive. Where like without the communistic nature, they do have that like.
Yeah, I think it's more. It's kind of an Asian thing.
Bro. It's
America is
America.
It's very individual.
Yeah,
very individual.
Focus individualism
it's the
a little
world,
too much.
Mm-hmm.
Even in like England and like France and stuff.
I feel like less so there, but in America, it's like
because it's
problem.
and it's to such a degree that people are so selfish that they don't want to care about the people around them.
They don't care about other people.
Yeah.
Like back in the day.
Back in the day.
Like back in the farmers, you know what I'm saying? Like if the farmer needed help building a fence, you know, you would go to your neighbor and you go, "Hey, can you help me build this fence?"
Yeah.
But now it's like, "Hey, fuck off."
Yeah.
Right. like when was the last time you spoke with your neighbors?
I do. Like
once.
I have pretty good. I know my neighbors. I know their names.
That's how my dad is, but at my mom's place, like.
You don't know anyone?
Yeah. There was the one lady like across the street who like asked me to go shovel her driveway or something, and then she never asked me to do it again. And I was like, did I do that shit? Like, God damn.
Hey, at least you don't have to do it anymore.
Give me $10, you know. I mean,
I don't even see my neighbors outside like at all. I mean, I see them like when they're cutting their grass or something, or they're mowing their or
You just go.
they're shoveling. I go, hey neighbor, and they go, hello, and I'm like,
I feel like if you don't,
yeah,
if you don't initiate it when you first move in, you never.
Yeah.
like those guys. There's a house they moved in last year, right? But then they moved out, right? And now there's new people there, and I don't know who the fuck they are. It's like
Yeah.
I've never seen them outside. I saw them.
That's why like the thing in Japan would be kind of nice because it's like
You're bringing like fruits and.
yeah, well, because
That's
they
different
live
cultures,
in
like,
Yeah.
out of America.
mansions, which are just apartment buildings,
Mhm.
and then they go to the person above, left, right, and below them.
You would bring
They-
food, and you go, hello.
Bring-
Hello, I just
gifts
moved in.
and, like,
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, but the flip side is like
You
you're
spend money.
frowned upon if you don't do it.
Yeah.
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 It's sort of like the.
I mean,
the
it's
social
Obligatory.
I think it's
pressure.
better, even though if it's frowned upon, like
Yeah.
to want to do it, because then you're forced to meet people, and then
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but then they do some like stupid stuff,
Yeah,
like you have to
that's-
pay.
there's a
I think
chance
it's like
bad.
minimum 6 months worth of rent just to get into an apartment.
Right. Yeah.
'Cause
Yeah.
there's a key fee. You have to pay the owner for like setting it up for you.
And then
you have
utilities
to-
just a nightmare
I mean,
too.
Yeah, like there's so much stuff that you
I mean,
do.
in Hong Kong, there's like a wait list. You have to wait 5 years, like 10 years, to even get inside your house.
And then you don't even own any property, right? You're renting it from the government, right? That's
yeah.
Yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
no, it's sometimes I think owned by private people,
okay.
but
Yeah.
it's
Sometimes.
you have to. There's a huge wait list to even buy your own house.
And that's just population problem, right?
No, it's the government.
On top of like population too, right? Because
No.
are you sure?
There's a lot of space in Hong Kong. It's just the government uses the property like taxes as a form of income because they don't have sales tax or anything,
I see.
and so they try to limit the land that to use for infrastructure and stuff, and they sell it, and then after that they tax it the owners of the
Yeah.
and that's why people live in cages over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
We love government.
Yay! Anarchy is the way. Probably not.
Some subtle anti-government
Yeah.
propaganda going on here on the Unix podcast.
Exactly. But anyway, I think this is a good place to stop. I feel like, yeah.
I don't even know how long we've been going.
Anyway,
It's probably been close to an hour 30.
I feel like,
would be
yeah.
my guess.
well, guys, thank you for joining us
Thank
today.
you for tuning into big episode 10.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is
Maybe
like
we
a
should-
small milestone. We didn't
Pretty
really
much,
have
pretty
anything
much.
planned, but
Maybe for our 50 episode, we can do something special for you guys. We'll try to expand.
yeah. How about for
maybe do
our
something different.
maybe our 10 episode special is that we actually become consistent again. Maybe that's what we do.
Yeah. But anyways, thanks for tuning in. We'll make sure to record an episode for you guys next week and the week after, and hopefully we
for a
can.
long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we
Hopefully
can keep
we don't
doing
fall
this
off
for
the
you guys and for ourselves as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a nice talk, and
Like, comment, subscribe.
and we hope you guys tune in next week.
Bye, guys.
Bye.